Well, here we are. It's number 40. It's a Harley Benton ST62. Bought as a B stock for around $100 Canadian. And it came all bruised. All around here was bruised, and on that corner as well, and up here on the horn, down there. And that's because I think they just threw it in a plastic bag, no protection in the box, and shipped it like that. So it got jostled around and beat up inside the box until all the corners got bruised up on it. But it has a very nice caramelized semi-roasted neck, called caramelized. Semi-roasted. Fully roasted, just a tiny bit darker. Got these vintage Cluzon tuners, not stooners, but tuners. They're okay. I didn't have to change them. I'm not really a big fan of these tuners with the thing in the middle and down and stuff, but that works. The string trees, of course, the butterfly shit had to go. I can't remember about the nut. I think I had to cut it, but I think it's a bone. And oh yeah, there was a lot of thoughts about changing the pickguard to a white one, like the original Blackie. But I thought, well, I also don't have the maple fretboard. That is his preference. That is Mr. Clapton, of course. I got the Indian Laurel. That's what it was. And I thought, well, I'm okay with Indian Laurel. I like Indian Laurel. I like maple on maple, but I'm okay with the Indian Laurel. And after trying a couple of different colored pickguards, I decided to stay with this one. This particular guitar is no longer offered, but if you order it, it will be on a 2 to 5 day notice to say, but I know that takes longer. And there's another version of this one, I bought it, that has a humbucker in here. They call it the hot rodded version. Also, I don't have in here the lace sensors, the noiseless lace sensors. That was Clapton's preference. These Roswells in here are Alnico 5s. They're not noiseless as far as the build goes, but they're pretty noiseless as far as the hearing goes. And yes, and then the other thing I had to do, I wish they would have matched the front and the back though. They didn't put a tortoise here. I had to cut a square hole for the battery box to go in there. And that's where my 9-volt battery is. That powers the soy kit. That powers all the stuff. So now, with this thing installed, it becomes a fully active guitar. You cannot play this guitar without a battery. It's just the way it is. And because that's the way it is, as soon as you plug in your jack cable, you are activating the battery circuit, and then you can get noise. And we'll just take it off tuner mode. What have I got there? This is the 65 Deluxe with the chorus. This is 65 Deluxe with no pedals. It's not even the reverb. It's just a dry 65 Deluxe with a 4x12 M cabinet. So the gain, which is down here, control, this is what they call the TBX control, which is the treble bass. And there's a detent in the middle at number 5. And if you go forward, you increase the treble. If you go back from there, it's like a regular tone control. You bring in the bass, you roll off the top frequencies. So forward you roll up the frequencies and take off the bass, and then vice versa the other way. And then of course the volume is still the volume in the system. So that's completely dry. There's absolutely no effects on this whatsoever. except for the fact that the circuit's always engaged because it's inactive, right? So this is actually 0 or 1. But if I go all the way up, a lot of drive, a lot of push. Alright, and we don't really like that noise. So here it is with some reverb and some chorus. That's with my standard reverb and delay, and I've just added a chorus in front of it. No added effects. This is on the bridge pickup, so what this effectively does is it takes the output from the bridge pickup and it really overdrives it to the amplifier to make it sound a little bit like a humbucker, which is what Eric wanted Fender to do when he jumped from playing Les Pauls to Stratocaster. He wanted it to be able to have the availability of being able to do something like that and just all of a sudden go to something creamy. And so this turned out to be a really interesting project in the end. I thought I was going to muck it up a few times, and I actually slipped with my little handheld Dremel router once and nicked it here and on the back. And while I was doing a pile of other stuff, I put some resin that you get and you shoot it with a blue light, and it hardens it up. And I can't remember what it's called right now. Something about resin anyway. And I was able then to sand that area down and fill it in, and unless you knew exactly where to look and put your finger on it, you probably wouldn't see it that easily. So that worked out okay. I'm glad I got that resin stuff. So yeah, there was all kinds of things wrong with this thing. The claw was crooked in the back, and it's got a fairly good sized block on it as well. And I can't remember if I shimmed the neck. The neck looks like maybe it should be shimmed a tiny little bit. I did replace the stamp saddles with the solid stainless steel ones, because I'm not a fan of the stamped vintage style ones either. And so let's just say in standard, what I normally call standard, was just my reverb and delay, I end up with at everything at its nominal setting. A little beefier than a standard Stratocaster, but if I bring it forward, that to add some creaminess in, or to make it a little really sharp. And also then what you can also do is, instead of being on 10 here, you can maybe take that down to 8, bring that up a little bit, Bring that down a little bit. Bring up the gain a little bit. So by the combination of all these little things that you can do with these knobs, there's a multitude of different tones you can get out of this thing at every pickup location, right? And as we know, Mr. Clapton, Eric, as you know, we who consider him a guitar hero, really wanted all in one machine, right? Now, you can buy a whole guitar with the maple neck called the Eric Clapton special, factory version of it. Right now they're available on Sweetwater as of the filming today for $2,100 American, before any of your applicable taxes wherever you are. And for the custom shop version of it, I think it's in the $4,000 range. What are they saying? $4,700 American before taxes for a custom shop version, which, you know, it looks exactly like the non-custom shop version. I don't know, I've looked at the pictures on between both of them and I cannot tell the difference. And the thing is that on both of theirs, I'm not sure, I think they stuffed the card underneath the pick guard as well. I'm not sure where they hide the battery box. I think they put the battery box inside the cavity here, because there's no special box for this. And how terrible is it to have to take screws off every time you need to change a battery? Yeah, I didn't want that. So I bit my lip and I went with making the holes and squaring it off and making this battery box fit in there. So now that when I can just flip this door, bing, out comes this battery, and it's available right there, like that. Nice and easy peasy. So yes, with this circuit card kit, yeah, it doesn't come with replacement knobs. You need to know that. The kit comes with CTS style pots here, which of course are American, SAE type, and the standard metric knobs on here are 18 splines. The American ones are 16 splines, so your knobs don't fit. So after buying the kit, you then have to go back to Amazon and buy yourself a set of knobs that are for CTS pots to be able to get the two the two with the 16 splines. What else happened to it? Oh yeah, I was going to say, the kit costs me $89 plus taxes. It's about $101 something, $102 taxes in here, and I took a $100 guitar. I think these are selling for about 155 Canadian now, 118 American, and 108 euros is what I checked today for this style guitar, but not with the pickguard. They now have them with the white maple and the white pickguard. That if you really wanted to make a Clapton, if you bought an ST62 just like that, buy a board for $100, and if you have any skills in doing this kind of work, that's a lot less than $2,100 American, and I don't know what that is Canadian, but it's got to be probably near 3,000. And then 4,700 for a custom shop version of it. And you know what? The pictures online don't have the lace sensors in either one of them. They have pickups that look like this with the standard pulls, and there's something written on them that says noiseless, which tells me that they're the Fender brand noiseless pickup. They're not lace sensor noiseless pickups. And for that kind of money, you'd think, man, you really ought to get an original if you're talking about a custom shop, right? It ought to be fully original. But they're not. Anyhow, this one turned out to be really great. You can do lots of stuff with it. And I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. Number 40, it's a nice round number called the Clapton. So I hope you got something out of this little story. It was something that I decided just to do on the cuff. Once I got the idea in my head, I went right to Tolman and I found this B-stock, and everything worked out just perfect, you know. Even if I had to have paid at the time probably maybe $125, and this is like February 2023, so it's almost a year since I purchased this. Seeing as how today is January 20 what? Can I see down there? 28? Almost a year, and it seems like longer. So thanks for watching. Appreciate all your supports. Catch you in the next one.